So just a little backstory here for you, since we're plugging all of my projects today. Thank you. I think I owe you guys some money after this. We did this thing on a Kickstarter, and I can't remember how much we raised, but Simon Kassianidis, who plays Bakshi on our show, season 2, and then came back in the virtual reality world as a news anchor. Him and I got together, and he had this idea. He wrote, directed, produced all of this. He had this idea of kind of a Jason Bourne, Mission Impossible kind of thing. And we were all trying to get this information that was on this, this little USB drive. And there were some crazy fight scenes in there. The absorbing man who was on our show was also there. We also had the sound guys and the makeup guys from S.H.I.E.L.D. We're not very creative, okay? We just used all of our friends, that's what we did. And it was a really exciting, almost proof of concept is what they call it. So it turned out to be about 13 minutes long, and it looks way better than we thought that it would, and we shot it over 4 days. So what he's done, now we're caught up to speed, what he's done is he has used that to get a writing agent, and he's been shopping that out. He has the next like 6 or 8 episodes already written out. So that's kind of in the works for something more substantial than what we have now, which would be great, because it was so fun to do.
Those 13 minutes were fantastic. When I finished watching it, I was like, oh, what happens now?
It was awesome. Yeah, that character was so cool. I mean, I got to play, I mean, I'm just the big bad guy in the very end, but like, slick back hair, tattoos, the goatee. It was a really fun part to play. It was a really, really fun part to play. I got to punch through a door, and I actually did it. So that gets an applause. So the punching through a door, okay, I see what you guys, all right. But thank you for that. I hope that this is just the beginning. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I want to ask you, what's your favorite movie, and if there was a movie that inspired you to become an actor?
So I don't think there was a particular movie that inspired me, but I know that, so I got into acting because I thought that it would look good on a resume for college. No, seriously. And they were doing One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and I had seen that, the movie with Jack Nicholson, and it's an incredible movie, incredible acting, and I thought, okay, well this is good. Before they were doing a musical, and to me that felt like a, I didn't want to jump in that pool. I wasn't quite ready, but you know, being a crazy person or playing Jack Nicholson in this thing, that'd be cool. So I auditioned for it, and I fell in love with it, and that's the rest is history. I immediately went home, and instead of saying that I wanted to study English, I was like, no, I want to study acting from here on out. I mean, it was immediate. It was immediate. I knew it right away. My favorite movie probably is Requiem for a Dream. Thank you. Thank you, 2 people. It's like the most depressing movie ever, so it's hard to go, woo, it's not a feel-good movie, but it's amazing, and I remember thinking about that for like a week after I saw it. It wouldn't leave me, and I still want to work with Darren Aronofsky. I think that he's one of the finest filmmakers we have, so that's a goal. I hope that answers your question. Woo!
Hi.
Yes, my dear.
Thank you for coming, first of all.
Thank you for coming.
So it's kind of nerve-wracking meeting everyone, and I was wondering if...
I'm the easiest. They're jerks, but I'm really, yeah. They're very intimidating, even me, yeah, but I'm okay.
I was wondering if you've ever had like a fanboy moment, meeting someone famous, like famous.
Oh yeah, sure. I've had a lot. If I ever met like Brad Pitt, I would have a huge fanboy moment. Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
I know. Most of the people I've met, though, have been the nicest people. So I know that there's kind of a, you know, maybe a stereotype about something. You think that maybe they're going to be difficult or something, but most of the people I've met have been just a class act. They've been so nice and so humble. And I think that you hear the stories more about the difficult ones, but I think that the people who actually make it to the top are the ones who are easy to work with, who are always prepared, and who you want to have on set. Because I just think that, you know, as we are creating a family this weekend, we're also creating a family every time we make a project, and it's a small miracle that anything gets done, because there's schedules, there's a million pieces, and when they all work, it truly is a miracle. So you don't want to add to that. You don't want to be a problem. I wish I had like a fun, interesting story about meeting someone, I don't know, Vin Diesel. We met Vin Diesel at a party once, and my wife was like, I was like, okay, calm down. Like, okay. But I thought she was gonna faint or something, and then they took a picture and tweeted it out immediately, and it was like, oh, okay. Just talking about it all the drive home. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the only story I got.
Thank you.
I saw what you did with the walk. I appreciate that. It's more of like just a quick like do. It's very nice.
So the lip sync battles, the one you did with the cast of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. back then, first of all, they were amazing and a lifesaver, and then I was really down in the period, and it made me laugh so hard.
Where is this question going? Because I don't know.
No, don't
Cut
worry.
the music.
Don't worry. Who got to decide the songs that you were going to do? And did you ever get to decide the song? And if you didn't, which one would you have chosen?
Oh my God.
Three-parter.
Yeah, I know. They mostly did it. It was mostly something that Chloe and Clark took point on, and they went crazy. And then anytime you get Haley Atwell involved in anything, she kind of takes it to another level, and she like flew down to meet Chris Evans in the morning while he was shooting, and he was in, yeah, we all know the video. And another one bites the dust, and it was great. It was awesome, but like she takes competition to another level. She does not want to lose. So this became a three-part thing where people were voting on which one was best, and I feel like I was kind of involved in it, but I didn't get to really choose what was going on. I think it's something that started during the San Diego Comic-Con that we were doing while we were bored in between like things. And I'm kind of happy that it's over. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. It's just, it was a lot of work. It was a surprising amount of work for 3 videos. So.
It showed.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, and in the end, we had this big like crane that was being shot, and we were all dancing in step, and it was like, what are we doing? I'm doing this for like 20 seconds on YouTube. This is a lot. This is crazy. I have work to do.
Thank you
So
for that.
anyway, yes, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm very much glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Hi again.
You look very familiar.
So in season 1, when Ward is being controlled by Lorelai and fighting May, the way that fight is cut, it looks like Steve puts the collar on Lorelai and then Ward says, "I'm sorry," and shoots May, but it doesn't because there's no bullets. Was that done on purpose to imply what was coming, or am I just reading way too much into that scene?
Yes. I will say to that point though, there are a lot of hidden little Easter eggs in there that I think the editors did and the directors did, that if you watch back, you actually kind of see these little hints, these little breadcrumbs along the way that maybe Ward isn't what we think he is. There's a monologue, for instance, a voiceover that Coulson does, where he's talking about good and evil, and at evil, it switches to an image of me just hanging out and watching Sky on the CIA board of fallen agents. Yeah, oh, Bucky Barnes, oh, I love him, and she's like massaging him. It was weird. I was like, wow, you remind me of my wife meeting Vin Diesel. It's really weird. And anyway, so there are some hints along the way, but yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's a really good viewer, because not everybody catches all of that, so thank you for watching so closely.
Other side.
Hello.
Hello.
One is more professional question that I have, but the other is just briefly, are we going to ignore the fact that you span the wheel earlier for Sing? I know that it was in a fit of tantrum, but it did happen.
Yeah, they told me that if I start singing, they're gonna cut my mic off, which was really weird. I was like, why would you guys say that? And then they did.
For an actor, you could probably be better at lying. I don't think they said that at all, did they?
If that's correct, just don't say or do anything. See? Yeah.
Okay
Yeah.
then, so, given that we are going to ignore that,
Yes.
when you came back as Hive, you had the most amazing makeup job, because you were essentially a corpse.
Yeah.
How long did that take to apply?
3 to 4 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
worth it.
It was about 3. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, some people thought that I went on a diet, and I was like, whoa, man. We shoot this every week. There's no way I could go on a diet like that and then come back up. It was a prosthetic here, and actually they put a prosthetic on the eyebrows and also the cheekbones to make my eyes look more sunken. So yeah, it did take a while though. It did take a while, I know. And it's not very flattering. It's like, hey, cool, you have a shirtless scene. Okay. Usually I stress out about it, but this time I was like, okay. Don't worry. You're supposed to look bad. All right, perfect. It's a ton of anxiety. I tell you, when you know you're going to be, it's a very small violin to play, okay? But when you know that you're going to be on screen, they often tell you like 2 weeks in advance, oh, by the way, this next one you get a shirtless scene. Okay, good luck. And you don't have a lot of prep time, so I was very happy about that.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Do not talk about that wheel. Okay.
Not planning to. When you first started Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., did you know from the beginning that your character would be a double agent and not really turn out to be one of the good guys?
No idea. No idea. Not at all. I thought when we first started that he was going to be kind of an Indiana Jones character. Because that's where he started, you know, he was kind of wisecracking. What does S.H.I.E.L.D. mean? It means somebody really wanted our initials to spell the word S.H.I.E.L.D., you know? Okay, again, I thought that'd be a bigger laugh. Feels like a mercy applause.
In the wheel again.
But anyway, yes, I think the character was meant to be funnier, and then he sort of turned into, you know, not so funny. But I didn't know that he was supposed to be a double agent until about the week before. So yeah, I just ran with it, and then I had so much fun with it. They just kept letting me be a bad guy and just kept letting me do bad things. It was fun. Hello.
I'm Sophia from Sweden.
Hi, Sophia from Sweden. What a weird last name you have.
Yeah.
Sorry. Again, I thought that'd be a bigger laugh, but that's all right. So from Sweden, yes?
Yes, I was wondering if you can speak any Italian because you did a movie here.
The answer could be no.
Perfetto.
I'm
Yes,
exhausted.
so that was fun.
So what was your question?
No.
Someone had a lot of apple juice, I think.
They don't tell you what your entrance music's gonna be. That's all improvised. Believe it or not, that was not rehearsed. It looks like a Broadway show.
Cool.
Oh, that means something.
Molto bene. Grazie mille.
What did I interrupt? Sorry.
A very intimate
You were
conversation
saying.
between myself and Sophia from Sweden. It's her last name. It's from Sweden. Very
From,
weird.
shouldn't it
Very
be like from Sweden's daughter or something like that? Or
This
don't
Swede-
Scandinavian cultures specify son or daughter in the last name? I don't know.
Daughter Sweden.
Yeah, maybe.
Daughter
I don't know.
Sweden. Sounding like Borat at the moment. Is she from Sweden? Yes. Very nice. Okay.
Nice.
And next question. Okay.
My pal,
Hi.
she is
That was Brett's last time in Rome. Believe it or not.
All right.
Yes, my dear.
Hi, this question could be for both of you.
Okay, thank you.
So, nice. So, which is your opinion about the Infinity War finale? Did you watch it?
Felt like it was missing a certain secret double agent.
There was a shortage of actors in that movie. I think they could have used you.
I think they got a group discount, in fact. Yeah. Any thoughts?
I'm like 10 Marvel movies behind. I apologize. I have some catching up to do.
I think that this is part of a bigger story. So, obviously we know that hopefully these characters that we've known to love and follow all these adventures with are not dead. I think that they're just shit.
You didn't say which one, so it's...
Didn't say which ones. I was talking about myself. I think they're comic book dead. The story is never like fully over, so I think that it's going to be interesting to see. I think that it's a step in a larger thing, so it's cool, and I'm super happy that it's breaking all these records, and how amazing that this is like the pinnacle, the fruition of all of their efforts for 10 years. It's incredible what they've done, and the fact that they've broken all these box office records, and to just tie all of those stories together in any way is really a marvel in itself.
No. Apparently they were pun
But yes, I'm also interested to see where it goes from here, because I think that this is just a 1-2 punch, 3 punch, 4 punch. Get me out of this question. Next.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Oh.
You know what that
Nobody's
means?
at the microphone. Does that mean?
Shall I spin the wheel for this gentleman?
Okay. We don't have a moderator to tell me what it means if it says surprise, though.
Although,
You guys ever play the game of life? You have that? What does that mean?
Latassa's coming.
It landed on surprise.
All right.
Tell them what we've won, Jack. Coming in from stage
One
left.
surprise.
They don't get
And
that
here we are.
Grab it. Okay.
Oh, I believe that's yours. And here we go.
All right. I have no idea. No idea. Okay. What could possibly be in here?
anything. A severed head.
No. Surprise! It's pom-poms. Okay.
It's pom-poms, which can't be left there. You must use them.
All right.
You're getting the hang of this.
You know, all right, there we go. Okay. All right.
Don't pretend you don't know what to do with that.
All right. I think we need a little musical accompaniment.
And a little bit of music.
Or none.
Starting position. Oh, yeah! Quite the surprise.
You guys ever play the game of life? You know, there's
They're
always the one
playing it right
person,
now.
there's like the wheel and you spin it and it just spins for like 10 minutes because you didn't configure the little thing properly. Well, that was a short spin. That didn't happen.
It's kind of like this thing,
glad I
except it
told that
has
story.
nothing to do with this thing. It's kind of like that, but totally different. Yeah.
All right.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Your level of commitment was just admirable. Bravo.
I don't know why, the funny thing, when you start improvising something, I don't know why I immediately go to bodily functions, nipples, like,
And then you smelled it afterward.
Yeah.
It was like, whoa.
when the inspiration strikes, man.
That's just, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You really kept that alive.
Yeah, I think I really solidified my masculinity today here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right?
When people look up the word masculine, you're gonna be there.
There's going to be a picture of me
With
pooping
those
out a
two.
pom-pom.
It's really, I'm glad you did it.
I'm still not sure I am, but time will tell. It depends what pictures you guys got and how far
Time will
they
tell.
reach on the internet.
By the end of the day, when you YouTube yourself, you'll see if that was a good decision or not.
I don't know if I'll be more embarrassed by that or the singing earlier.
No, I thought your singing was quite nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That was really quite nice, man.
Well, you're very kind to say so. At any rate, but you know how nobody likes the sound of their own voice, though. You know what I mean? Or do you?
No.
Yeah. It's weird because it doesn't sound like what you think it does in your head, and that
Right.
never really goes away.
Well, and also my audience is usually my daughter, and I'm literally putting her to sleep with my voice. So,
So you give her the
so I'm
NPR
assuming
voice.
she loves it so much that she is able to drift off into dreamland.
Well, let's hope the same thing doesn't happen to the audience.
Yeah, I know.
Just whisper the rest of the panel.
Yeah.
It's good. Thanks for listening. All right, we have questions.
Okay, so it's for both of you. And I mean, when you're doing a series, it's usually super fast. You have to be fast. But is there any room for like improv, or is there like the
Improv of that nature?
Well,
You didn't see that in
or
Rain?
some ad-lib. No, strangely I didn't. But maybe it
must
still
have
comes
been
in the
cut.
originals. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yes, stay tuned.
Well, yeah, you know, Hive often stands with his hands behind his back. I'm holding these pom-poms. You just never see them because they never do a shot from the back, but oh, I'm pom-pommed up.
They have to shoot around the pom-poms. He insists on it. It's in his contract.
It's part of my
It's on
contract, my particular contract. And obviously Grant Ward, most of the time when I had a gun and go bang, bang, a flag would come out and it would say bang on the end of it. Again, they just had to paint it out. But for me, I felt like I needed it. In answer to your question, I don't feel like the script itself seems to be something that is quite precious on a Marvel show. There's so many things that you need to say right that I feel like our margin of improvising is maybe a word or two every now and then, but for the most part, and it's different on every set, because sometimes, you know, they're like, oh, the script is just a suggestion. I've done whole movies where it's like, no, just take that and then go with it. And you're not going to go off and write your own monologue and all of a sudden be holding a skull and, oh, poor Yorick, you know. I mean, I do, but most of the time, most other actors don't. So, in answer to your question, not much at all for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, different experiences on different shows. Yeah, generally speaking, if you're doing like an independent film where you're, you know, the writer, director is a friend of yours, there's a lot more room for that kind of thing. Also doing comedy, they tend to leave the camera rolling after the scene is done, just to see what you'll do. And sometimes they'll keep it. Having said that, some producers are really adamant, like word perfect. You say it exactly as written, they spend a lot of time on the script. And others, it's more of an outline, so it does change. Rain was somewhere in between. They weren't militant about language, but we had to be pretty close.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Inspired by your amazing performance just now.
Thank you.
Just wondering.
Inspired by your amazing performance, I'm leaving.
I want my money back.
Sorry?
That's okay. I think I'm getting used to it. I was just wondering, have you ever actually done anything like dancing in public or any other kind of exhibitionism on camera or off, which you kind of regretted after and thought, I wish I hadn't done that?
Yeah, just a few moments ago.
He really wishes he had some eye bleach around now. No, usually I stand by it. Like, it's embarrassing to be shown it back. It's like anything that you do in the spur of the moment and put out there, and then somebody plays video of it back and you just kind of cringe. It'll make me cringe every time, so I don't usually watch it. But I'm not sorry to have done it.
Good.
Yeah.
I have a few videos, but I just can't speak about them. I signed an NDA.
The NDA said you're not supposed to talk about the NDA.
Yeah.
They usually do that, by the way. When you sign an NDA, it says don't tell anybody you signed this NDA. And everybody goes, I signed an NDA, which technically violates the NDA.
It's like Inception.
So I gotta go.
I'm really interesting.
Hi. First of all, thank you for making this panel so much fun. I have a few this or that questions, if you don't mind answering, like black or white, just your preference.
Ready.
Would you rather bungee jumping or deep sea diving?
Deep sea.
Deep sea.
Superhuman strength or the ability to heal quickly?
Heal quickly.
Heal quickly.
Sesame Street, Elmo or Ernie?
Elmo.
Ernie.
Would you rather go a month without your car or without the internet?
Without my car.
Oh, my car.
And the last one, do you want to join the mafia or a street gang?
She's offering.
Mafia.
Mafia.
It's more elegant, right?
Yeah, it's behind the scenes. I don't have to be tough. I can just write anonymous notes and threaten people.
Good thinking.
Because I can't, I'm not going to beat anybody up.
That's what we have for.
You never see the scene in like a street gang movie where they're like sipping coffee and having discussions about business. No. Down on the street.
Those are thought-provoking, though. I thank you.
I have plenty more. I googled them. I have 543 questions.
Well, let's hear all of them. We have time, right?
I'll let her have more questions.
We'll come back to you.
Yes, exactly.
Do you want me to wait here then?
Sure. Whatever you like. Wait there.
You can be the next surprise. Surprise, more this or that.
That's right.
Hi. Apart from Deception and the originals, do you have any new project we can look forward to?
Me.
Both of you.
Oh, great.
Do you have it?
You go.
Okay.
I have so many. I just gotta count them all.
Yes. I have one thing. Do you guys get the Hallmark channel over here, or Hallmark movies?
Yeah.
We know what it is.
Okay, so you know what it is. So this is one of those, and I did it, and they turn around really quickly. We just finished shooting it a few weeks ago, but it'll air in the United States May 19th. It's called Royally Ever After. That's the next thing. I'm actually strangely proud of it. It's quite, we shot it in this beautiful castle in Ireland, and I think it's quite lovely. So, find a way to watch it, however that works here.
We will. We know how to do it.
By perfectly legal means.
Of course.
Funny you should mention that Hallmark movie. I just did one called Cooking with Love.
Attaboy.
It came out around Valentine's Day. You see, two people applauded, 2 people have seen it here, so... We did not shoot in an Irish castle.
Well, you should have.
Instead, we shot in snowy Vancouver, so I don't know how you got your deal, but that sounds much cooler than mine.
It was cool. There are quirks to shooting in a castle.
Mm-hmm.
There was no dinner. That was one of them. The castle was in the middle of nowhere, and we wrapped at 9 p.m., and it was more of a wedding venue than a hotel, so there was no restaurant. So there was no dinner. So dinner was whiskey. Which is okay, but you stack a few weeks of that together and it starts to get a little funny.
Yes, very much in the Hallmark tradition.
Exactly, the Hallmark tradition of whiskey for dinner.
Yeah.
I think that's one of their films. It's a Christmas movie.
I have a couple of things here and there coming up, which I'm very excited about, so hopefully you'll be seeing them.
He signed an NDA though, so we can't discuss them. I can say he signed the NDA. He can't say it. I'm just guessing.
So am I.